Okay. तिकडे बसतो. Okay. So good afternoon, friends. Myself, Yogesh Pawar. I am the assistant professor in IT department, and I am going to I am going to take dsbda subject, that is data science and business intelligence. Okay. Business sorry, data science and big data analytics. Okay, so before proceeding for the next, we should be know that what is the difference between the data science and big data. Okay, why many peoples are preferring data science over the big data, why big data is very important, and what are the advantages of big data and what are the advantages of data science. So we will see all of them. Okay, so we will see all of them, but initially we will just understand that what is data science. Okay, data science is nothing but the science of the data. Okay, so it is predicting each and every aspects of the data, and it can also able to predict the future of the data, a future of the information. So what kind of tracking would be happening in the futures, so that it is just predict, just it is predicting. Okay, just like if you can consider the machine learning is also the part of data science because it is a predicting. Okay, so forward approach we are using, and we are trying to predict the things. So therefore that is nothing but called as a data science. Okay, so वही होता है data science. So what exactly we are predicting the nearby futures. For example, weather forecasting, if we are considering, in case of the weather forecasting, we are having some of the informations, we are having some of the coordinates, and on the basis of that we are taking the decisions whether the rain is coming or not. Okay, what kind of weather we can expect from next we can expect in next 50 days. Okay, so that is nothing but the data science. Okay, so it is nothing but the predicting. Then apart from that, on the basis of your searches, आप जो सर्च कर रहे हो, यूट्यूब पे सर्च कर रहे हैं, इंटरनेट पे सर्च कर रहे हैं, nowadays internet everyone is using. Okay, so whatever you are searching, on the basis of that searching, it is predicting the results, and it is just trying to find out the things which are loved and liked by you. And next time whenever you are opening your YouTube or your any applications, it is just trying to show the favorable examples. Okay, it is favorable recommendations. Okay, so that is example of data science. And big data's example that we will just consider, one of the most famous example is like that Netflix है आपका. Then apart from that G5 app is also there. Then apart from that we can say that अब ये colors वाले का कौन सा है, Woot app is also there. Okay, so these are nothing but the examples of the big data. Okay, big data is working on the concept that the data is already available and we have to process that data. It means that using big data we cannot able to predict the future. Okay, सबसे पहली बात जो है कि we cannot able to predict the future through big data. Big data किस पे काम करता है? Big data is working on available information only. जो भी past history का जो information है, it is working on that. Okay, in case of data science also and in case of big data also, in both the cases analysis of data we are making. Okay, analysis of data we are making, it means that we are processing the data. In both the cases, big data में भी data को ही process करते हैं. In case of data science also we are processing the data. But what is the difference? One approach is a forward and the another approach is a backward approach. We will see first big data approach, because the big data has some of the lacunas which could be overcome by data science. Okay, so we will see that what the big data is first. Okay, so the first one is a backward approach. Backward approach, it means that it has the history kinds of information. Okay, history information is available with us, and on the basis of that history we can able to take, on the basis of that history we are making a manipulations and we are trying to maintain a particular module. Okay, just consider the Netflix is having lots of movies, it has lots of serials, but it is just showing the recommended for you. Okay, it means that that data is already available with us, but that is not the case with YouTube. YouTube के पास वैसा नहीं है. YouTube is predicting the things, but it is the big data is making the analysis on the basis of given data, क्योंकि Netflix का जो data set है या फिर database है that is limited or short, but the YouTube has a vast amount of information. Okay, short मतलब इतना भी short नहीं है, it has lots of informations, but it is from that information it is just finding the information. But what the thing is, it is also making the analysis of data, but only the thing is that whenever we are processing, we are processing only on history elements. Okay, so that is nothing but the analysis of data and backward approach. Okay, so then the next one is it provides a report but not predict futures. Okay, it provides the reports but not predict futures. Okay, so it is providing the reports, all the records it is providing, but not the futures. Just wait a minute. We'll admit. वर गया दोन्ही राहील थोडं सांगितलं तेवढं येतच आहे. Okay, so basically in case of big data it is just providing the reports but it is not able to predict the future. Okay, it is predicting, it means that if you want the statistical calculations, if you want the statistical information, it is just providing that in the form of the reports. Okay, for example, if a particular school के लिए अगर आपको कुछ information find out करना है, so from the available information it is just giving you the message that इतना इतना fees है, इतना इतना ये है, all these facilities are available, but it is not showing the futuristic approach. It is just showing what is the grade of that particular institute, but it is not showing what will be the future grade, which is possible with the help of data science. Okay, so it provides reports and patterns that shows how data will look in futures. Okay, data science agar aap dekhte ho, in case of big data we had already seen that it is nothing but it is working on the concept of available data. It is basically used for the businesses. Okay, big data is used for the businesses. Both are having the vast amount of informations, but it is but big data is providing just the reports. But on the other side, if you are considering the data science is working on the concept of forward approach. Okay, so forward approach is there, and through that forward approach we are trying to consider the past information also and the current information also, and from both the information we are trying to find out what could be the nearby future. Okay, what could be the nearby future? Weather forecasting ka jo example. Okay, previous information is available to us, current information is available to us, but the future information is not available, so that information is given to us by data science. Okay, so then apart from that, YouTube, if you are considering the recommended for you jo bhi aa raha hai, so that is nothing but the part of your data science. Okay, so here if you are considering the big data, so now we are just going in both the way. Okay, दोनों तरह से अपन चलेंगे, बिग डेटा का भी देखेंगे एंड डेटा साइंस का, एंड फाइनल कंक्लूजन दैट आल्सो आई विल एक्सप्लेन टू यू. ओके, सो प्री प्लानिंग, प्री प्लानिंग, pre planned and restricted data is huge big data. Okay, so big data is also the huge or complex amount of data. Okay, big data का जो data है तो वो भी आपका huge है and complex है. Yes, whose mic is on? Chawan Shital.
Yes, sir.
Your mic is on. Mic off करो. Okay, so pre planning of information is required. अगर big data अगर आप देखते हो, it is totally based on the data which is okay. Uh, can you hear me right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
ये तो है ना? Okay, sorry for this. So basically, in the big data, everything is readily available. Everything is available. We are processing onto that data. Okay, it means that we are available with the databases. We are making the processing, and after processing, we are directly taking the decisions. We are directly taking the decisions, and we are developing a particular model. So that is the working style of big data. But in case of data science, so in that, in case of the big data, so what is happening? There is no chances of new questions which will be arising because the data is limited. Okay, answer तो नहीं है but questions भी arise नहीं होंगे. But in case of data science, new questions may be arises which are known to the users. तो users को भी पता नहीं है कि मतलब real time पे जब system work करेंगे what could be the what could be the questions. Okay, so वो questions arise भी होंगे and that could get resolved also. So that is nothing but the power of data science. Okay, so for to operate the data science or to work efficiently on data science, data scientist is needed. Okay, but the big data, if you are using the big data, then at that time the business users is sufficient to work on it. Okay, so business users, so because it is just giving you the statistical data and it is just giving the records, it is just giving the data in the form of records. Big data जो है आपका सिर्फ record के form में data देगा, but the data science will give the record along with, it is giving the reports along with the future predictions. Okay, so if you are Tate sir, Tate sir, your screen is visible. Okay, so data scientist, so basically for the data science, the data scientist is working on it, and for big data, business users are using it. Okay, because it is giving the statistical views, statistical information, so therefore the business users, it is the big data is basically suitable for the business users, and data scientist is basically used for data science. Okay, now the applications or how the data is stored. The data in case of big data, it is stored in warehouse. Okay, so data warehouses are basically designed to store the information required for big data because it is a limited data. But in case of data science, we are using the distributed approach. So data is scattered throughout the world and it is recalled whenever it is required. Okay, whenever it is required. Okay, so the biggest difference if you are considering दोनों में क्या difference है, the first thing is if you are dealing with a big data, then at that time what happened, क्या हुआ, and what will happen if this is the questions, that at that time data science क्या हुआ और उसका output क्या आया. Okay, so that is nothing but big data. And what will happen, it means that the prediction is coming. Whenever the prediction is coming, then at that time data science is coming into pictures. But whenever the prediction is not there, then at that time big data is coming into pictures. Okay, so now the next one, the input. So what is the input for the data science? So data science के लिए input जो है, it is nothing but dynamic required data. Okay, dynamically. So as per the requirement, it is as per the requirement. For example, I want to search for agriculture, so it is nothing but my requirement and it is a dynamic requirement. Okay, so dynamically I am just firing the queries and it is showing us the results throughout the world. Okay, it is moving throughout the world and on the basis of certain approaches, certain ranking and everything, so everything will be applied and it is just showing us the output. Okay, so it means that the query is dynamic. Okay, but in case of big data, the input is past data. Okay, so previous information. Okay, so previously if the same situation is arising, so what could be the past data, so that data, then apart from that, what is happened, what is the procedures, what we have followed, so all those steps and rules are written there. So that is nothing but the input and the output is present solution. Okay, on the basis of available data, it is trying to provide the present solutions. But in case of data science, on the basis of available data, that is the dynamic data, the data may be changing. Okay, on the basis of dynamic data, it is just on the basis of that dynamic input data, it is predicting the futures. Okay, what would be the next step? Okay, weather forecasting, then apart from that The many things, the many applications are there. Okay, not just the weather forecasting. Okay, so this is the biggest difference between the data science and the big data. Now I will just make two statements regarding big data and data science. Okay, so big data is working on available information. ओके, दोनों में सबसे मतलब ये दो स्टेटमेंट आपने ध्यान में रखा तो ये डिफरेंस आप लिख सकते हैं. ओके, द फर्स्ट थिंग, बिग डेटा is working or processing on available informations. Okay, it is working on available informations, but available informations, and it is trying to produce, it is trying to predict the results which is useful for present. Okay, current situation को solution देने का काम करता है big data. But if you want the future solutions, we have to go for data science. Okay, future solutions. Just like what could be the future of automobile sector? What could be the future of software sector? That is nothing but at that time we have to go for data science. So therefore, the data science is the emerging trends, because what is the future, so that we can able to predict, and it is making the computer systems to be the smarter. ओके, डेटा साइंस क्या करता है, कंप्यूटर सिस्टम को स्मार्ट बनाने का काम करता है, सो दैट द कंप्यूटर सिस्टम इज टेकिंग द डिसीजंस ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ यू ऑटोमेटिकली. ओके, without interventions of human, it is taking the decisions and trying to track each and every record. Okay, so that is the difference. You just take a note of this. ये थोड़ा सा एक ही पेज आपको दिखा देता हूँ. Just take a note of this. Just wait. Okay, so most probably in the theory exam this is required. Okay, am I audible now? आवाज येतोय का?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so just take a note of this so that we can move further. So getting the concept between the data science and big data. Okay, you can take the screenshot also. Just wait a minute. I'm just stopping the